What job are you at?
LC4.
Okay, still there.
Yeah, getting that every time.
Hell yeah. Y'all 712s?
Um, yes and no. There's some crews that are doing 12, some that aren't. It's selective, so.
Gotcha.
My crew worked 712s last weekend, but I didn't. I said, fuck it. Gotta have Father's Day, not at work, you know?
Yes, sir. All right, that's tweeted. Got 2 viewers in here. Give it just a minute here. Yeah, we'll keep this short and sweet though. I know both of us got to get up early. It's already after 9, so. And
Yeah.
I feel like Iowa didn't really give us a whole lot to, not a crazy lot of storylines to talk about.
No, and I didn't catch any Xfinity, so.
Me neither. So we'll just kind of give the rundown via racing reference.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll do our thing. So keep it short and sweet, and hopefully give out some good picks.
Yeah.
All right. And we are live with episode 148. Travis had to bail on us last minute, so I had to make a call to the bullpen, and old Logan Poco is going to join us here, and we're going to recap Iowa, the weekend that was for Xfinity and the first ever Cup race out there. And then we'll look ahead to New Hampshire this weekend. We got modifieds on Saturday, along with Xfinity. That'd be a doubleheader, and then Cup Series on Sunday. So yeah, how you doing this evening, Logan?
I'm hanging in there. Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you making the call up here and last minute to make the appearance. So we'll make this a fun little show here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weekend that was Iowa, we just talked. I guess we were technically live, but technically we'll call it off air. But yeah, we didn't get to see any Xfinity. At least I had it on, but I was out tailgating at the car store race at Dominion. So throwing beer pong and talking to people. So I had it on, but wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. I know Chandler Smith dominated most of the day. If I pull up Racing Reference here, that's who I had some money on. Did you have any action on the race at all?
I just had Allgaier.
Okay.
The only thing that I don't even remember what I was doing Saturday, but I was trying to have it to keep up with updates and all that, and I saw Allmendinger had a bad wreck, and then Sam Mayer won at the end.
Yeah. 131 laps of the was 250. So over half the race, Chandler Smith dominated the day. They kind of got off sequence there. I'm not sure how they got put back in the back there. I'm not sure if they had a bad pit stop towards the end, or what. But yeah, and then John Hunter Nemechek, there was a couple big wrecks late. They took out some heavy hitters. I said John Hunter Nemechek led 35. Your boy Justin Allgaier led 14. So those were a couple players. And then, like you said, Sam Mayer with the win. He led 47 laps. And then Riley Herbst, who I thought had the better car, kind of got moved out of the way a little bit. I know he wasn't too happy with Sam Mayer, how he got raced. I think they had a little bit of a beef earlier on in the day. And I think Riley was expecting to get raced a little cleaner than that. But hey, that's quote unquote short track racing, right?
Yeah, I mean, from what I heard, it was a pretty solid race too. I'm kind of bummed that I missed it. So.
Yeah, it was definitely a decent race. I know we all gathered around the TV there for the finish. But like I said, I know obviously if you're Riley, you're upset about that. You want it to be done clean, but to me, that's just good hard racing coming down for a win. And the stories this week, Sam Mayer, I guess, has kind of been bummed out that he was not really in the talks for any of those Cup rides. So he had a chip on his shoulder this week and wanted to go out and prove a point.
Yeah, I mean I
and
get
so-
it, but I mean I still think he's like a year or two away from being considered for a Cup ride.
No doubt. And I mean, honestly, you're in one of the best equipment in the Xfinity series.
Yeah.
You're in a JRM ride right now. Like, I wouldn't want to be going anywhere anytime soon if I'm in that seat. I'm fine right where I'm at for the long haul.
I mean, that'd be if he got like a one-off here and there, so like a Colleague or somebody like that. Like, that'd be great for him. But I don't think he should be full swing Cup ready like they did to Zane Smith.
No. Yeah, you saw how that's panning out right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, solid Xfinity race, I thought. Really good run for Corey Heim. I gave that pick out on the pod. I think I picked him for a top 5 last week. Ended up getting a top 3 out of that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought those comments were interesting on DBC this week where I guess he's not allowed to be in a Gibbs car, and obviously it sounds like he's going to be going to 23-11 next year. So I wonder if there's a little bad blood there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Do you know why or heard anything why he's not going to be allowed to be in the Gibbs car?
No, I don't know. It's interesting. It was very interesting comments.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if there's just some bad blood there with Denny and Coach Gibbs poaching the talent, or however that's working. But yeah, interesting stuff. But solid run for him nonetheless in that Sam Hunt. That team consistently getting better and better every year, it seems like. And certainly when you get drivers like that in there.
Yeah.
Good run. Also, Matt DiBenedetto, top 7. That's a really good
run. Even catch
that. I didn't either. I'm just looking through the list here. So yeah, really good run for him. Much needed.
Get him back in the Wood Brothers car next year.
Daniel Dye in the Colleague car, top 10. That's a solid run for him and that team, for a Truck Series guy. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't honed in on Xfinity, so I don't really have much from it. But shout out to Sam Mayer. I feel like it was like about a year ago, maybe a little longer than a year ago, like towards the fall when we. Like you said, we were talking about, is he ready for Cup ride? It was like a year ago. I don't think he had a win in the Xfinity Series, and we were like, man, this guy, do we need to be at a JRM ride right now? Like, do we need to be moving him to a different ride? And certainly the past year since then, he's definitely impressed and putting up the numbers. And like I said, you keep putting up these numbers in the next 3 years, a Cup ride will open up, and you'll get your feet in there for sure.
So since his first win late in the year, he's had, 5 or 6 wins?
Yeah, 5 or 6, yeah.
Because this was his second this year, right?
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, because he beat Sieg at Texas.
This is his 6th career win. Four last year, and this is his 2nd this year. So, yeah, like I said, you keep putting up wins like that. Six wins in the last 29 races, I think was the stat line TJ put out this week. Mm-hmm. So that's solid stuff from him. You keep doing that, and a good Cup opportunity will open up for you for sure. And you're so young, dude. Don't jump the gun. You're in a great Xfinity ride. You're young. Just ride it out, my guy. Anything else from Xfinity?
Nope.
All right. We'll move on to Sunday, the big show. Cup Series back, or not back, for the first time in Iowa. It's been a long time coming. What was your thoughts of it? What was your thoughts going into it? We'll say that. We'll start with that.
I was worried about how the racing was going to be with the repave, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I still thought it was going to be a solid race, but I'd give it like a high 80, low 90.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Lux Pole trended to.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid race.
I mean, when you were having cars 3 wide around the whole track for the whole lap at the short track, that was impressive.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like everybody was, I think, really concerned with the repave going in. But the pictures I think that we saw really didn't do justice how wide that grip strip was.
Yeah,
like through the middle of the corner.
Than I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was like maybe a lane and a half wide, but it was like
2.5.
It was like 3. You could easily fit 3 cars pretty tight there. Like it was tight, but you could easily fit 3 cars there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that definitely helped. And I think it's also interesting to note is how well this car has raced on new pavement.
Yeah.
Or these tires at least, we saw it at Wilkesboro. I think everybody was blown away how it moved up to the top, and I mean, I thought the Wilkesboro race was decent. It wasn't great, and Wilkesboro's never been like a barn burner, bunch of passing. You know what I mean? It was never that track, even back in the day. So to think we're gonna get those kind of races there is just, I think, kind of silly. But no, the new pavement I feel like has been good. I'd love to see Richmond with some new pavement on it and see what that does.
Yeah,
I think the action track might be back if they do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they look at doing that or adding sealer like we've talked about for years, something. But yeah, I was impressed with the race. It had a little bit of everything to me. You had good pit strategy, 2 tire calls, which we need to work on the left side wear a little bit. But I do like that you had that option of gambling and taking the 2 and that longevity of like, okay, are the tires going to hold on this long? You know what I mean? Obviously, the left side's no problem, but still, he had tire wear, and Byron catching Blaney there towards the end of that run to the finish. But no, you had a little bit of everything. You had that strategy play of it. You were able to pass. We saw Larson come from the back to the front a couple of times. It seemed like, I mean, that car was just absolutely
he was going to win if he didn't get caught up.
I'm so bad. I had a Larson ticket. I was like, oh my gosh.
I had a Blaney ticket, so I was
so you were like, hell yeah. Stuff that thing in the fence. Good job, Daniel Suarez.
Actually had Blaney and Chase.
Mi amigo.
That was funny.
Yeah, no, it was just hard racing deal there.
Yeah.
But no, it was insane how fast Larson was. I can't remember a car that fast in a long time. It seemed like he was about to dominate the day. It seemed like.
I think at that point it's just the guy manning the machine. Like, he's just a badass dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you give him the lead, he's just going to drive away. I think it was like 5 seconds was the gap to him, and then back to the car behind him was like 10 seconds. I'm like, good lord, these guys are just gone. Well, I think it might have been Blaney at the time because he was fast all night too.
Yeah, it was going to be between Larson and Blaney.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously Larson got caught up in that deal coming back through the field. He pushed it 3 wide middle with Suarez to the inside and Denny to the outside. And Suarez, I guess.
I think it was Brad to the outside. Denny was the row back.
Okay, and Denny just kind of got clobbered in there. Okay. So yeah, sandwich between the 2 orange cars was Larson. And Suarez kind of got loose, it looked like, on the bottom, coming off of 4, and doored Larson up into Denny Hamlin. And then, yeah, they were kind of toast after that. I think they were able to stay on the lead lap and fix it and ride around. Let's see, where did they finish?
Hamlin, I think, finished like last round of the lead lap. And Larson,
No, Larson.
Yeah, he went to the garage. And then
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so they ended up going laps down. But, yeah, I guess that's right. They went on the DVP and was able to meet minimum speed and then went back out there.
So I think it was Cochran's tweeted, like, they went back there and, like, yeah, they were only going to gain, like, 2 or 3 spots on track with other incidences or whatever, but they were using this time to practice
working on shit. Yeah.
Which
How to
was
fix
smart.
it. Yeah, no doubt. Certainly when you're in a playoff run, championship hopes are going to be alive, and you're going to need that maybe in the playoffs. That might be the make or break difference when it comes down to it. But yeah, so that kind of took out the fastest car. And while we're kind of on it, talking about Denny Hamlin, I mean, they were way off, man. They had obviously missed it from the start, getting lapped. Was like 35 laps into the race. Did not expect that at all. I mean, he's so good at Richmond. Won the race at Richmond earlier this year on a jumped restart, we'll call it. So, I was
the green car, man.
Yeah, it's true. Could be. I mean, green. They say is bad luck on a race car, which I don't know why we chose to run a green race car in the mini cups. But hey, here we are. It's green and black. We'll call it black, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Denny Hamlin, they missed the setup, which I was definitely stunned by. Didn't see that coming. I think I faded him anyways. Yeah, I had Larson to win, Brad Keselowski top 5, and Chase Elliott over Bell. So hit just the one there, the Chase over Bell. But yeah, was surprised about Denny. And then obviously when that took out Larson, that kind of opened things up, and didn't really know who was going to win the race then from that point. And yeah, Ryan Blaney kind of asserted himself into that role. So, yeah. I mean, they've been fast the past few weeks. Obviously, they should have had that win already from Gateway. But good to go out and lead 200 laps here. Pretty solid day. Yeah, can't knock him.
Yep, at his home track too.
Well, one of. Yeah. I think technically he was born in North Carolina, but his mom is from there. They had 80 people in the stands.
Yeah, I heard that 1,000 times.
Hey, we'll knock on NBC a little bit. It was great to have NBC broadcast back, but definitely we'll knock on Rick Allen a little bit. But yeah, anything else? I said it was kind of an uneventful race, I felt like, but nonetheless it was a good race.
I mean, shout out Ricky Stenhouse for staying up in the top 5.
Yes, for sure. I pull that move on iRacing more times than not. I love that move in iRacing. Like staying out when everybody else pits and like, no, I'm gonna fuck some people right here. So I do love that move by Ricky Stenhouse. It ended up paying off for a top 5.
I wish I would have played that ticket.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what the odds on that would have been. Crazy.
That would have been like plus 20,000 or whatever, 2,000, whatever it was.
Probably 20,000, honestly. Top 5 for Stenhouse. I mean,
he's usually pretty good at Iowa, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's good in the Xfinity and stuff, but I mean, like I said, you never knew what would translate over to this week, and I think a lot of NOS people were there, so that was definitely a good run for him and that team. Much needed after the month it's been since Wilkesboro. Also, shout out Josh Berry, the 4 team. They led 32 laps. They looked strong there for a minute.
I was thinking
that would have been a hell of a story. Yeah, I was too. I was like, man, this would be cool.
He's not gonna win.
Yeah, I was like, there's too many heavy hitters left. They're not gonna do it. But no, shout out to them. Great run. Also, shout out to Justin Haley, Rick Ware. Another great run for him and that team. While we're at it, give it attaboys Todd Gilliland, P12, Justin Haley, P13 respectively, and Carson Hosvar, P14. So, solid run for those young guns on quote-unquote underfunded teams, and especially Justin Haley, because they ran top 10 like early race and then had that penalty, but they were able to come back. So, shows that they actually got true speed in those race cars. It wasn't just a fluke of starting out front, staying out front. You know, they were able to come back and put on a good show.
Was that second or third top 10 of the year?
He didn't get quite the top 10. It was 13.
It was like 13th, right?
But yeah, he's definitely having a heck of a year. Let's see if I pull up the stats here for the low quick. Top 10s this year, 2 top 10s on the year.
Okay.
That's probably the most in Rick Ware Racing history.
On a non-super speedway.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, shout out to those guys. I thought that was funny. Like lap 2, you had all the Spire cars tag each other, and Corey LaJoie was the beneficiary of that spin. Backed the old Hawkeye car into the wall a little bit. But they were able to recover for a solid day. I guess they didn't quite get the finish, but they finished 21st. But I think they were running a lot better than that on the day. I know they ended up getting stage points there in stage 2 when things kind of got flipped.
Yeah.
Another
teammate Toyota's up front either.
Yeah, no, it was definitely. I mean, even Bell, who got a top 5 fourth. I mean, they didn't come on until late. I mean, that Chase Elliott over Bell bet was looking great all day long, and then it got a little sweaty towards the end. I was like,
I had that one too. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, shout out to Dirty Modo, the Steve Letarte and the boys over there. Yeah. They had that one, the plus money on that. That was solid. Solid money for that. Like I said, it was looking solid all day, and then got a little sweaty at the end. But But that's just shout out to Christopher Bell. That's championship caliber when you can work on your stuff throughout the day and then snag a top 5 out of it. That's what championships are made out of for sure. That's how he's been in the top or Final Four past 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But no, I said kind of a quiet week. I said I was giving attaboys to those guys that had good weeks. Another Alex Bowman top 10. Those are guaranteed every week, it seems like.
He's got to break through and get a win at some point.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I just don't know where.
Nashville.
I can see it.
I can see Nashville. Didn't Chase? No, Chase didn't win there last year.
He won there
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see it. I'm calling it 2 weeks ahead, but yeah. Like I said, I don't really have many other storylines from the race. I thought it was awesome. Great crowd.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of people there. Even after the race, the line. I saw a video of the line to get the scanners back turned in.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And that was crazy. The amount of people that had scanners.
They probably only did have one return station, which they should have more.
Yeah. But no, great to see a good crowd there, and good draws from different states. Like I said, some people from the Dakotas I heard were there, Minnesota, different states that you don't really hear Midwest races getting. Kansas or Chicago that they used to. So just a different draw. Like to see that. Love to see just like I said, a new track on the schedule. And hopefully, I'd love to see this return. I know it was technically supposed to be just a placeholder, we thought, for the international race that's supposed to be coming. But hopefully this gets added permanently or at least into a rotation of some sorts.
Nah, this needs to come back every year. Because
I'm with it.
Have the demographic for that region, that they deserve to get some racing too.
I'm with it.
I don't know what track they would replace or whatever, but I'd honestly be fine with getting rid of the street course because it was a solid race, but I'm not a huge fan of it,
Well, hey, look at this! Look who joined us.
What up, boys?
You're not.
What I walk into?
Just talking about if Iowa deserves to stay on the schedule, or is it just a placeholder?
Great race. I liked it. I hope it does.
Yeah, I think we're all in consensus there. That fantastic race. Would like to see it stay on the schedule.
Go ahead and repave the whole place, though.
Yeah, I'm fine with it if it is, but we should at least try to get the aesthetic a little better. I know we're not in the aesthetic business, but it did look a little rough.
It was not near as bad as everybody thought it was going to be, though.
No. Although I'm just curious to how bad it could have been if IndyCar raced there last year.
Yeah.
I feel like it couldn't have been that bad. But we also talked about earlier in the show, Travis, that you missed that the new pavement seemed to make these next-gen races better.
Yeah. It was probably other than Bristol, which was not really because of the track, more the tires, the first, really good next-gen short track race.
Yeah. Well, and another thing you break up about Bristol, we kind of will flash back to Friday. Can you mute yourself, Travis, before until you talk?
Yeah.
All right. I was saying, go back to Friday. We saw the rash of tire issues in those 20-lap runs. And I know, Travis, you were concerned about it. I was a little concerned about it. Damn, here's another Bristol. Hopefully it's not as bad as Bristol. But obviously the teams went to work overnight and figured it out. And it seemed like it was kind of like a perfect storm where Goodyear didn't expect the speeds to be as high, and times were down a whole second, so they had to adjust their numbers that they could go to, their minimum numbers that they wanted the teams to start to. So I thought that was interesting. I feel like that's another step in this learning process of how we get these good tires for short tracks. Because we said we didn't see bad blowouts. It was they just kind of popped and you didn't go all the way into the wall. It was more like a Bristol situation.
Well, I got to roll. I just wanted to say, Loudon this weekend, Truex.
All right, Truex off the board.
But, have a good show, boys. Appreciate you
all
stepping in, Logan.
No problem.
Yep.
See you guys.
Thanks for stopping by. Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what did you think of that? Tire issues? Were you concerned going into that?
Yeah, I was watching practice on Friday, and 20-lap runs. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a long race."
Yeah.
But having the 50-minute practice let the teams adjust,
Yep.
figure out what to do with the camber and all that. So,
Yep.
I say bring back the 50-minute practices, man.
I really like the schedule this weekend. It had that 50-minute on Friday, and then I don't know if they had a 20-minute, like a shakedown on Saturday, or if it just was quali.
It was
just
practice
quali?
on Friday and qualifying, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think some of the team guys enjoyed that schedule. So yeah, move it back to that if we can. 50 minutes on Friday, and then just go qualify on before the Xfinity race on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Yeah, because obviously that helped out. We saw the tire issues. We're able to correct it, and I mean we saw a handful in the race, but I'm not against that.
No.
That's also on the teams. How because it wasn't throughout the entire field. It was only a handful of guys probably trying to push the issue. Some of those guys, none of those guys were actually really fast. Not top players. So those teams probably searching for speed, trying to push that issue.
And it was in the middle of the pit cycle, so they were already on edge.
Yep.
I do want to say that Hammer caution was bullshit. That should not have been caution.
Yeah, I did not see the actual clip of him getting into the wall or whatever.
It was. Did you see the Eric Jones one where he was like slowed down the backstretch and just?
Yes, he was in the black car this week.
That was 10 times worse than the Hammer.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
There was no reason for it.
Definitely questionable calls, and I mean it's tough. You never know.
I mean, it is what it is. Like.
Yeah.
It was a missed call.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. And like I said, you never know when's the right time to make a call versus not. You know what I mean? Obviously, right in the middle of a pit cycle, it's gonna benefit some teams. It's gonna hurt some teams. So, yeah, like you said, you love to see consistency across the board. Yeah, and that definitely I think was a head scratcher because I mean he just scraped the wall. I mean I've seen a couple other guys flat tires, way slower than that, trying to come down the pit road. So. Yeah, definitely a head scratcher, and NASCAR probably wish they have it back. It's a balls and strike call.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. But yeah, overall, great weekend I thought of racing for NASCAR there. Great show. I said I hope to see this as a staple on the circuit. Race is great. Races like old Richmond. It seemed like. Multiple lanes were able to pass. I said I don't know. It had a little bit of everything. I don't know what more you would want.
Yeah, I mean
from that.
Yeah, I loved it.
Maybe a fight afterwards. Maybe Daniel and Kyle fighting afterwards.
That'd be a good one. I think Suarez would still win though. I don't think there's anybody in the field that Larson would beat.
No.
Maybe Justin Haley.
That's the one I want to see. Justin Haley versus Larson.
Yeah.
The lightweight battle. All right. Anything else from the cornfields of Iowa?
No.
All right. I think it was a solid weekend. I'd love to see it back. I've always loved the summer weekends out here when it was just Xfinity and trucks back in the day. It was always a nice what's the word I'm looking for? One-off lone race for the Xfinity series. It seemed like I always liked that about it, and it was like I said, a Saturday night in the middle of summer.
Yeah, nothing was better than coming in from all day and just having it on.
Yep. So it kind of had flashbacks to that, which I didn't even realize it was like a night race until late in the week last week.
See, I did because we went to the Nats game on Sunday, and I was looking at the schedule, and I was like, damn, I missed the race. And then I looked, I was like, oh, it didn't start until 7? I said, this is perfect. So it was nice. Got the kids to bed and everything, and
yeah, I mean, I don't know what the TV numbers looked like this week, but I mean, it probably worked out great because the U.S. Open wrapped up right as that was. Yeah, that's I think why they did it. If not, they definitely need to look at doing that for the U.S. Open weekend again because I felt like that worked out perfect. I feel like you do get a lot more casual viewers that way. The casual sports fan that might flip over after that.
Yeah, from Adam Stern, USA Network got 2.693 million viewers for the first ever race at Iowa. The most watched sports program of the week in U.S. cable TV and most watched Cup event since on cable since Pocono last summer.
Okay, it's a decent number.
Yeah.
Not bad for a Sunday night. I mean, I get it. We all got to work on Monday, but it didn't end that late. I think it was over 10:15.
It was earlier than Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm in favor for the Sunday night races, dude.
I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. Maybe start it like an hour earlier, but I really don't hate it.
5 or 6 o'clock start.
Yeah, like 6 o'clock, 6:30 start. I think it's perfect. Puts you right in that 9:30 finish up window.
Yep.
Go off air at 10 o'clock. I think that's
the day and then the night.
Yep. I think that's on to something. Yep. No doubt. The only issue is, I mean, caveat is starting at late. You get those thunderstorms in the summer. You know, those evening thunderstorms.
Yeah.
So then you get pushed to a Monday race. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like I have this one more thing from Iowa I wanted to bring up as we were just talking. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the U.S. Open thing. But kudos to that. It worked out, lined up perfect. So yeah, hopefully that's a new trend. I said I like the Sunday night races. Anybody that disagrees, I don't want to see you or hear you watching a Sunday night football race in the fall, or not race, football game in the fall.
Yeah.
You know, don't stay up at all. All right, moving on to New Hampshire.
The Magic Mile.
The Magic Mile. Who's going to take home the lobster?
Hard to go against C-Bell.
Hard to go against C-Bell?
Yeah.
That's true. It's true. It's definitely, I feel like, a Toyota weekend. We'll go with that. But yeah, kind of a triple header. Led off the show with it. You got modifieds Saturday evening, 6:30 on Flow. 2:30 is Xfinity, which the Xfinity field is stacked this week.
Yeah, it is.
It's that's definitely, I'm gonna have to have the tablet on hand wherever I'm at on Saturday to watch that, because that's a stacked field. If I can pull up the entry list, I'm sure odds are already out. I'll have to get all that, but you're the guest. If you want to go with the picks, lead us off with your Xfinity pick for Saturday.
Let me look. They got Christopher Bell at minus 110 for Saturday.
Oh, what book is that?
FanDuel.
Okay.
I'm not.
I wouldn't touch it with a 12-foot stick, bro.
I might add it on like a little parlay or something just to.
Yeah.
No. Shit, I don't even know. Give me I'm gonna go take a long shot today. Give me Carson Quaff.
Okay, I like it to get the win.
Yep,
I
3,500.
like it. To get the win, I am gonna go with Chandler Smith. I think he gets redemption from last year. He, I believe, finished second there, behind John Nemechek, if I am correct. Yeah, and that's in a colleague car. So give me Chandler Smith plus 550 to win. But if you don't want to pick a winner, like I said, it's big top 5 week. I mean, you can get Alex Bowman for plus money, top 5 plus 105. The guy that Logan just mentioned, Carson Quapple, he's been a top 5 machine in his 2 starts in Xfinity. Almost got the win at Dover. So Carson Quapple I like for top 5 as well. And Justin Bonsior, he's in the Gibbs All-Star car this weekend. And if you're not familiar with that name, he is a modified driver from the Northeast. And he is a heck of a wheelman. Puts it on those guys in the modified divisions. So I can see him running top 5 as well. So I think a lot of top 5 plays on the card this weekend for Xfinity. And then, like I said, fade the C-Bell picks, and maybe unless you want to parlay it with something. But yeah, I'm fading C-Bell at minus 110. I'd much rather even put $10 on Chandler Smith at plus 550.
Yeah.
So, like I said, top 5s this week. We just gave you out 3 top 5s I think are worth playing. Maybe even that Alex Bowman plus 260 for a top 3. I don't hate either. So yeah, stacked Xfinity field this week. Logan Bearden, is that another modified driver, I'm guessing?
No idea.
Never heard of him. But yeah, so some interesting names, big names in the Xfinity race. So, yeah, tune into that. And then Sunday. Yeah, what are you thinking? Well, I guess I lead us off for Sunday picks. Travis already locked in the Truex, so can't take it. I think that would have been my play. But let me pull up some odds here. Bell is the favorite. Truex second favorite. You know what? This is the week. Give me Alex Bowman.
Okay.
He'll do it before Nashville. Doing it in New Hampshire.
Plus 6,000.
Yeah, I got him at plus 550 here on DraftKings. I see, just the one I pulled up. But yeah, give me Alex Bowman to break the drought for Hendrick. Even though I said it'd probably be a Toyota weekend. I mean, I do think MCJ might be the play. But if you're looking for a little bit of a long shot, I like Alex Bowman.
Not bad.
I don't know. Let's see what's his. Where did he finish here last year? 14th. Not great. But
you never know.
We're riding it. We're riding it. All right, Alex Bowman.
All right, I guess I'm gonna take this guy. It's about time this guy's gonna get it done. Not a huge fan of him, but give me Joey Logano plus 850.
I don't hate that. Don't hate that at all.
I mean, when you're the only Penske guy to not have a win yet.
Yeah,
one of your teammates is also Cindric.
Yeah,
that's saying something.
Yeah, well, and Penske's definitely been fast over the last few weeks.
Ford in general.
Yeah. And we've seen Joey Logano run well the past few weeks. He ran well at Wilkesboro, which is very similar, I think, to New Hampshire, similar style of racetracks. He was decent at Gateway, I thought. So, yeah, I expect Joey Logano to be a player. I think that's a solid pick. I don't hate it. What was the odds on that?
850.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I like it. Also, we were talking about it, your boy, Chase Elliott. He's been on a heck of a run. I like him for top 5 again this week. I think that's solid. He's been on a heck of a top 5 run.
Yeah.
So,
what were the odds for that?
Chase Elliott top 5 plus 140.
Okay, it's 185 on FanDuel.
Okay. Yeah, so shop around, as we always say. I will be placing that bet probably on FanDuel.
Yeah, they have Chris Buescher top 5 plus 550.
Okay. Yeah, 380 over here. So it's interesting the numbers they got this week.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't think anybody knows really what to expect. I mean, like I said, I think Toyotas will be fast, but Hendrick's been fast everywhere. Penske's shown a lot of speed here of the last few weeks. So, yeah, it should be, I think, a good race.
Yeah, I'm excited. I always like New Hampshire.
Yep, it's always a decent race.
Let's just hope the R word stays out of the area.
Yeah, hopefully we won't go into turn 1 and take out 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah.
Two or three of the best cars. No, that's all I got. Looking forward to it. Any plans for the weekend? Watching racing? You busy?
Might work Saturday.
There you go. Get that money.
Yeah.
I'm golfing Saturday morning, and then got a couple parties to attend throughout the day. So, like I said, I'll have the tablet glued to the hand to watch Xfinity, and then don't leave the house on Sunday. That's how we do it around here. All right, man. I appreciate you filling in here.
No problem. Anytime, man.
Yep. I know we both got to get up early for work, so we'll end this thing here, and we'll catch you later.
All right, brother.
By the way, Darlington Throwback Champion right here.
Yeah.
I get the first round pick next year, baby.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. All right, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right, bro. See ya.
See ya.